Hey there, gang. Welcome back to Papa's Model Workshop. I'm Papa. This is my workshop. Well, I tried moving the camera back a little bit because, I usually review my videos right here on my camera phone. And the last video, I reviewed it on the big screen TV up in the den. And in doing that, I kind of saw that I'm usually way up like this, coming through the screen like a gorilla. So I wanted to try to avoid that gorilla appearance by moving the camera back just a little bit. So I don't know, does this help? New camera angle, we'll try it out, see. I had a bad day yesterday, I gotta tell you. So can I moan and groan to you a little bit for a second? I tried to make a video yesterday. And actually, I tried 3 times to make the video. I also had 2 videos that were already made. Okay, they were made last week, and it was scheduled to be released yesterday. And those 2 videos that I made were, one was on weathering, okay, because I had a lot of people that contacted me and were very complimentary about the weathering that I did on the undercarriage of the Del Rey. And a lot of people said, you did a nice job, but we want to see how you did it, not just the finished results. So I did a video of how I did that. I did another underside of a car, and I showed exactly how I did it. And that was one of the videos that somehow were lost. It got deleted. The second video that was in the camera that I was going to release later on in the week, probably this Thursday or Friday, that also got deleted. That video was on the application of bare metal foil on small parts like a window crank. Now, the window cranks in the Del Rey I did in bare metal foil. I kind of looked at it, and you really can't see it on camera, so I thought I would demonstrate on another door handle exactly how you can use bare metal foil for things other than windshields or window trim, or along the exterior panel lines on a body, for example. You can use it on window cranks, door handles, even dashboards and so forth. So I demonstrated that in the second video, and I lost that video. That got deleted. So both of those videos somehow got deleted. So what I'll do, I'll tell you what, I'll put it out to you. I will remake those videos. Let me know which video you want to see first. Do you want to see me do the weathering technique, or do you want to see me do the bare metal foil on small parts like window cranks, for example? I'll show it to you inside. I'm going to show you the Del Rey also. The Del Rey I finished yesterday because I got so aggravated with this equipment yesterday, and I just gave up, and I went in and I spent the rest of the day working on the Del Rey, which was a good thing because I managed to finish it. So I'll show you that inside the workshop also. In addition to all of that, the microphone, I wear a wireless mic, okay, and the mic would not link up with the camera for some reason yesterday. It just didn't want to work. And then the icing on the cake was, as I mentioned, I was trying to make a video yesterday, and the camera kept shutting off at 12 minutes. It would not go beyond 12 minutes. So I tinkered with it a little bit, and then it switched from 12 minutes to like 26 seconds. So I just did not have a good day yesterday. But I did get the Del Rey finished, so I'll show you that. Let me go over a couple of things here first, okay? Let's see. Well, let me show you my sponsor gallery, okay? And, as usual, if you go to their site, you get 10% off all of their equipment, Airbrushes equipment, and their Kaleido paints. If you put in PPMW, okay, my discount code at checkout, you get 10% off that whole deal. Let's see, what else? Okay, and if you want a shop card, There's my email address. Okay. And if you're a content creator and you want to swap, there you go. And you want to swap shop cards, there's the mailing address. Okay, so we've got all of that out of the way. As I said, I finished up the Del Rey, and there you go. Start date, completion date. And usually what I do is I will throw anything extra into the box, okay, including the instructions, and I will file this whole thing away. Okay, a lot of people ask me if I save the boxes, save the parts, or save the instructions. Yes, on all three. So there is the Del Rey box. It's completed. I have a couple of remaining pieces that, you know, are just sitting in there, and I will eventually migrate that up to my parts bin. And then this will get filed actually right down there. Okay, so it went from back there to down there. Okay, so that's where that's going to go. And these are my notes for the build, and I hope you can see that okay. All right. And I've gone over this before. I keep notes on the whole thing. If you want to pause this and write any of this down, there it is. Okay, and I'll move this up a little bit so you can get the whole picture. Okay. Again, if you want to pause that, I hope it's coming through and you can see all of that. Okay. And yep, this was a kit that I started on September 10th. I ended it yesterday on October 6th. 56 Chevy Del Rey in 1/25th scale by Revell. And I got a message from, let's see, Lee Fox. And Lee Fox doesn't like the way I say Revell. Okay, I don't know. I never really thought about it before. I just say Revell. I suppose the other way you could say it would be Revell, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, that's how I say it. I say Revell. So anyway, sorry if you don't like the way I say Revell. I don't know. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, Mark Sorensen wanted to know how I did the headlights. I know you haven't seen the Del Rey yet. You'll see it in a minute, as I said. But what I did is I made the headlights, I tinted them blue. So he wanted to know how I did that. And it was with Tamiya Clear Blue. Okay, it's an acrylic, X23. And I'll show you that bottle when we get back there. Oh, another one from Lee Fox. He wants to know what the function is of the dehydrator. The dehydrator, you know, it's a food dehydrator. That's what it is. I think I got that on Amazon. I like the one that I have. I think it's called a Kosori. I think that's the one I have. And I like that one because the door actually seals like a microwave oven door does. Some of the dehydrators have a sliding door where you just slide it straight out. And I'm sure those work very well. It's just my preference. I like the fact that the door seals like a microwave. Anyway, the dehydrator will dry and cure your paint. Now, some paints, like enamels, for example, might take a day or more to dry. MCW enamels dry rather quickly. You can probably touch it within about an hour or two, maybe. But anyway, if you're using acrylics or lacquers, I set my dehydrator at 120 for half an hour, and they're completely dried and cured. Enamels, like I said, some might take a little bit longer. I usually will set my dehydrator for an hour with enamels. If you're dealing with tester's enamel, without a dehydrator, gosh, testers can sometimes take a week or more to completely dry and cure. So the dehydrator just, you know, kind of speeds that drying and curing time along. Okay, let's see. Tom Bender. I used gold trim on the Del Rey. In fact, I think I showed a work in progress video, and that gold was on there, and he wanted to know, was that bare metal foil? Yes, it was. Bare metal foil comes in chrome, matte chrome, black, and gold. And yes, that was the gold bare metal foil. Let's see. I want to mention George Kimball. He sent me a message. He told me that he is retired from the U.S. Air Force, and he is picking up the hobby again. So George Kimball, first and foremost, thank you, sir, for your service to our country. And I hope you enjoy the hobby as much as I do, because I love it. I can't wait to get down here. I hope you love it that much too. Lockheed Scale Models. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Lockheed's, L-O-K-I-S. Lockheed's, I think, right? Lockheed Scale Models. Anyway, he wanted to know, on the Del Rey, did I use the clear varnish, and then did I sand the clear varnish after I applied it? Yes, I did. Obviously, the clear varnish went on after the paint, and after it came out of the dehydrator, I did wet sand it, and then I reapplied the clear losing can't talk. I reapplied the clear varnish again after the wet sanding and finally spit it out. Okay, so I think those are most of the, well, those are all the questions that I have for right now. And a shout out to David Parsley's Custom Scale Emergency Models. He makes emergency trucks, police cars, fire trucks, looks like EMS ambulances. So there's his shop card right there. You can see his builds right down there on the bottom. Isn't that cool? All emergency vehicles, good stuff. I have a couple back here too, and thank you for the nice words on the back of your card, by the way. I have a couple back here. Give me a second and let me find them. Here I've got a police, an AMT police car. Okay, right there. And actually, that was a present from my sister-in-law. That was a present from my sister-in-law, Janet. Here I got another one. Okay. I actually kind of have plans for this. I have a 1932 Gangster Imperial upstairs. In fact, I showed it to you on my display tour. And I have plans. I want to rebuild that. I want to do it again, maybe in a different color. And yeah, I have plans maybe of making a diorama where the police car is chasing the gangster car. So, and let's see, what else do I have here? I have a fire. I do have a fire truck here someplace. I don't. Yeah, here it is. Okay, bear with me, gang. Bear with me. Bear with me. Here we go. Yeah, this is in Italeri. I think that's how you pronounce it, Italeri. Anyway, but it's an old-time fire truck. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. All right. So those are a few of my emergency vehicles. Well, I'm getting my cell phone is caught on the chair here. Oh, I'm kind of going down the same path as yesterday, I think. Little things going wrong. Let's see. Are we ready to go back into the workshop? Yeah, I think we are. And a special shout out. Again, the Del Rey was for hashtag Assemblers Unite group build, and that's sponsored by Lynx Scale Models and Shaggy's Awesome Garage. Okay, that was their group build, and I have it completed, and it's sitting in the back. Also, too, I want to mention this. Okay, I'm gonna start the USAC group build. I think. Hang on a second. I've shown you this too. Okay, here's my '69 Camaro. Get that out of there. My '69 Camaro. Okay. We used to call this a Camaro back in my cruising days, okay? And what I'm thinking of doing is a couple of different colors with this. And I thought I'd put it out to you guys to vote, because you voted on the Del Rey, and you made a good choice on the Del Rey by going with the blue and white. If you remember, the Del Rey, I was kind of going back and forth between the green and white blue and white, and the red and white. Now, you all chose the blue and white, and ultimately, I think you made a good choice. And I mentioned that I put the gold trim on that car. I don't think I would have used the gold if I had gone with the green. I was secretly rooting for the green, by the way, and the green was in the lead the whole way through. And the night before the voting deadline, I got a bunch of votes that were all blue, and the blue squeaked ahead at the last minute. So that's how that Del Rey wound up being blue and white. And like I said, I would not have used the gold trim had it gone green. So for the Camaro, or the Camaro, okay, this is what I'm thinking of doing. That's gold in the middle, okay, right there. And then it fades into orange and then red, okay? So I'm thinking of doing a faded, I'm holding this upside down. There, okay? It's upside down because I want you to see the A. All right, so this is choice A, all right? Gold, orange, and red, all right? So that's one option. The other option that I'm thinking of is option B, right there. Okay, that's silver, purple, and blue. Okay, that's option B. All right, and the third option is yellow, fading into lime green. And actually, I want that lime green to fade into a darker green. But when I was kind of playing around doing this, I didn't have a dark green with me. These were all done with rattle cans. I didn't go with the airbrush, so I have to find a suitable green color in an airbrush color. And by the way, I will be doing all of those colors with the airbrush. I just, was waiting for something in the dehydrator, and while I was waiting, I grabbed some rattle cans and just ran off these plates. And I have mentioned before that the plastic coated plates are a really nice option. I've mentioned before, and I'm sure a lot of you do this too, is testing on spoons, plastic spoons. But if you want to test, on a larger surface, these plastic coated paper plates are a great choice. Okay, so this is the three. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can do this. A, B, okay, and C, okay. A all the way over on this end, B and C, okay. So there you go. Those are the three choices, all right, for my USAC group build, okay. So vote on that. Let me know what you think. For the color selection, I'm going to end that up this Saturday, okay, Saturday the 11th at noon, and then I will add up the votes, and we will go with whatever you pick, okay. And the video that I want you to let me know about, I'm going to end up the voting on that at the same time, Saturday the 11th, this coming Saturday at 12 noon. Let me know which video you want me to do first, the bare metal foil on the door handles, or do you want to see the weathering effect that I did on the Del Rey? I'll demonstrate that. Okay. The other one is, okay, and I meant to have this ready, and I don't have it ready. That means I'm going to have to pause this and pull out what I want to show you. But I am currently at 818 subscribers right now. And I'm hoping to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. And, I know most people, when they reach a milestone mark like 1,000, they have a giveaway. So I'll show you. Now, I wish I could tell you I was going to be able to give you great stuff like airbrushes and compressors and spray booths and all that. I'm just going to limit it to a model kit. Okay, I'm not in a position to give away big ticket items like that. So hang on, I'm going to show you that. Hang on one second. Okay, I've got my kits right over here, and I'm going to let you vote on which kit I will be giving away. Okay, so the first kit here is an Audi, all right, Audi R8 Spider. All right, how about that? And that's a Revel kit, or Revell. All right, Revel. I don't know. And we've got another Revell, okay, NASCAR, okay. And the third choice would be AMT. Now, I know I can't screw that up. AMT, okay? But we got a 2021 Charger RT. So those are the three choices, okay? I'll give away one when I reach 1,000 subscribers. Again, I'm hoping I can do that by the end of the year, all right? So the Charger, okay? The NASCAR Piedmont right there, okay? Or the Audi, okay? So I will leave the voting open for this one. We'll do that until the end of the month, okay? Halloween. October 31st, Halloween at noon, okay? And all the times that I'm giving, by the way, are Eastern Standard Time, okay? Or Eastern Daylights, I don't know, when the clocks go back, Eastern Time. Okay, you get what I'm saying. But anyway, and speaking of this giveaway, and I have to do it this way because the shipping charges right now are just off the planet right now. I mean, they're, astronomical. So this is going to have to be limited to the lower 48 here in the USA. I wish, and I do have viewers from over in the UK. So I've gotten people who have written to me from Sweden, Canada, different places. And I wish I could extend this to be, to anybody, anywhere in the world. But again, the shipping prices are just outrageous. So I have to limit this to the lower 48 in the USA. Okay. Hope you understand. Okay. So those are your three homework assignments. You're going to vote on the color selection for the USAC build, the video for bare metal foil, or the weathering. Now I'm going to do both videos. So this is, which one you want to see first. And the one of the three kits that I just showed you for when I reach 1,000 subscriptions. Okay, so I think that's all of the housekeeping here. Let's head back into the workshop. I'll show you the Del Rey. Okay, gang, so here is the completed Del Rey. Okay, this was all done in Kaleido acrylic colors. And to answer the question about the varnish and so forth, yep, I wet sanded the first application of the clear varnish and then reapplied it. And yeah, it gives you a kind of nice, very nice shine, I think. And this is the bare metal foil in gold. All right, now the bare metal foil comes in a number of types. Okay, you have your new and improved bare metal foil. This is chrome. All right, and make sure you look for this new and improved. The bare metal foil they had a problem with, and I'm going back maybe 2, perhaps 3 years ago, and the bare metal foil just was not sticking. They had some kind of a issue in their manufacturing process, and I thought maybe it was me and I was doing something wrong, but I could see across the board people on YouTube and so forth were getting very frustrated, and they stopped using it as well. So this new and improved actually is new and improved. It works great. So make sure you look for that when you're purchasing this, okay? Here's your gold bare metal foil right there, okay? And that's what I used here on the Del Rey, all right? And it also comes in, what else do we have here? Matte aluminum, all right? And somebody asked me a while ago, do they make bare metal foil in black? And I'm going to show that to you in a second if I can get this. It was sticking together, the packages, but there it is. Yes, they do. They have it in black chrome. And I'm actually kind of anxious to try that out. So, yeah, the bare metal foil, they seem to have fixed the problems, and it works very nicely. And here's the hood. Okay. And I did a little bit of weathering in here. Let me see if I can show you this better. I don't think the light is picking that up well enough. So let's try this. Okay, does that help? Yeah, okay, I think you can see that better. Yeah, I did a little bit of weathering down in there too, okay? And to me, that just adds a little bit of realism, all right? And of course, we did the underside, okay? Now, remember, this was all under the heading of building this as a box stock. That was the entire premise behind this group build. So this is all box stock, didn't add anything, okay? Not even plug wires. There's no plug wires in here, okay? So the basic premise was somebody was taking issue in a Facebook group a number of months ago. That's what triggered this group build, saying that if you're a box stock builder, you're really not a modeler. You're simply an assembler. Well, I'll tell you, I think this came out okay. And there's a lot that went into this, okay? The gold trim, for example, the chrome trim up here, all right? The weathering that was involved here. Well, I lost my flashlight. I can't show you that again. But, you know, the weathering and so forth, okay? That's all under the heading of box stock. So, you know, when you're electing, oh, by the way, to Mark Sorensen, there's the blue tinting that I did on the headlights there. Okay, and if you give me 1 second, I'll show you. Hold on. Okay, that's what I use to tint the headlights, okay? X23 clear blue. All right, and that's a Tamiya acrylic. Okay, so that's what I used for that. But again, you know, even the tinting of the headlights, and I use that same clear blue on the wheels. This is all under the heading of box stock. So there's quite a lot of you know, work and imagination more than anything that goes into a box stock build. All right, this is not assembling a jigsaw puzzle. There are, you know, things that you want to consider, like paint color or colors, the application of the paint, individual things like, you know, the wheels, your bare metal foil, whether you want to do weathering or not. All of these things are included in a box stock build. Okay, so there you go, 1956 Chevy Del Rey for the hashtag builders, no, I'm sorry, Assemblers United. That's it. Hashtag Assemblers United group build, sponsored by Link Scale Models and Shaggy's Awesome Model Garage. Okay, and that is it. Okay, and as I mentioned to you inside, my thoughts are now going to turn towards that 69 Camaro USAC group build, and I'll show you quickly. Yes, the Peterbilt is still here. There you go. And I'm going to start turning some of my attention back to this. And you can see, you know, I did quite a lot of weathering on this. Okay. There you go. All right, because this is a record truck. It's out in the elements, and it gets all grungy and so forth. This is what this truck is going to look like. All right, I went with a turquoise color and white. Okay, there you go. Get my hand out of the way. Okay, that's how I'm going to go with this. I don't know. Can I throw that on there and mock it up quickly? Yeah, I guess I can. It's not really staying, and I'm not going to drag out tape and everything to tape it up, but that's how this truck is eventually going to go. So, yeah, I will turn my attention back to the Peterbilt and get started on that USAC, and I will be clearing my boxes. This is done, okay, and this will become a 69 Camaro, and all of these will then be changed over to the Camaro colors, all right? And that's something that I like to do. I clear all the benches and so on and so forth, and change the blades in all of my X-Acto Knights All right, they get knives, I'm trying to say. They get all brand new blades when I start a new build. I'll show you quick. I just got this in yesterday, as a matter of fact. This is Kaleido's primary colors. And like I said, just came in yesterday. And here are the colors for the primary color kit. All right. A lot of good stuff there. I could have used this green when I was doing that third paper plate with the yellow and lime green. I could have used this as my darker green on the edge, but I didn't have it when I was doing that. So I will be testing these out in another video. And by the way, here is the bare metal foil right there. Okay, on that door handle. That's what I demonstrated in the video that got lost. All right, so I've still got some other door handles and so forth. Not door handle, window cranks. That's what that is. It's a window crank. All right, so I will demonstrate that on this one for you in the next video. And I ordered a 0.7 needle for my swallowtail airbrush too. Oh, and by the way, I finally got this in. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. I don't think that's showing up. Okay, there you go. Whoop, I lost the camera. Okay, remember I was complaining that this was not holding my Del Rey, and I've been fighting with this thing for like a week. So I got fed up with it. I finally got this to replace it. This is not a Tamiya holder. This is a different kind of a holder, so I'm anxious to try this out. So that just came in yesterday too. I got a bunch of stuff that came in yesterday. So anyway, okay, gang, I think that's going to do it. I ran it up over a half an hour again. We're just shy of 32 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. Hopefully, if you're watching this, then that means the video came through and the equipment was cooperating today. By the way, this is all I used for weathering, and that's it right there. Okay, let's open this up quick. Okay. That's really all I used to weather the underside of the Del Rey. This was it. And there's a lot of other things you can use, and I'll show those to you in that video when I make it again. But for the case of the Del Rey, this was it. Okay. This I used primarily for the rust color. Underneath on areas like the muffler and so forth, where you get that carbon scorch burn effect, you know, and it looks like blue carbon. All right, that's what I use there. And this is for, you know, oil leaks and so forth, or grease and just general grunge. All right, and you have this little applicator. All right, this almost looks like a lady's compact with a makeup applicator, and only it's like compressed. I guess this is compressed chalk or compressed powder. But anyway, yeah, that's all I used. Okay. So I'll tell you, folks, thanks a lot for tuning in once again. Please hit the subscribe button. All right. And get me up to 1,000. Today is October 7th, and I'm hoping to get to 1,000 by the end of the year, at which point I will give away one of the kits, and depending on what you vote on will depend on which kit will be given away. All right. And if you're on the Facebook side, jump over to YouTube, go to Papa's Model Workshop, and hit the subscribe button for me. Okay. Give me a thumbs up. If you don't like what I am doing, then give me a thumbs down. Okay. So I will see you all in the next video.